So you lost everything. First time? Listen, if your wealth can be affected based on the sentiment of others, you're in for a rough rest of your life. Real wealth is goods and services. What you provide, what you make, regardless of what a quote-unquote market is doing. My latest book, I talk about, actually it's not my latest book anymore because I've published 2 books this year. Get Mad or Get Realistic. I published it earlier this year. There's a whole chapter on anti-fragility. And one of the things you, as a man, have to be good at, or get good at, is remaining indifferent and putting yourself in a position where if one stream of income dries up, you'll be fine and you can go on to something else. The exact opposite of being anti-fragile is where you put your wealth in a situation that it can be destroyed if things don't go your way. That's gambling. That involves speculation. Me, if my book stopped selling, it would suck, but I wouldn't lose anything I've already made. And so a good indication of where you're at in life is look at how you feel. Did what happen in the market? Did that give you a pit in your stomach? Are you now whining about it, saying that you lost big and you took an L and all this shit? No, you didn't take an L. You just made a bad decision to begin with. And when you're up and you don't cash out and take advantage of the gamble, then you're going to have to ride it back to the bottom. The things that you can make quick money on, like cryptocurrency, it doesn't matter. It will all have been for nothing if you don't cash out when it goes up. Because the reason it makes you that profit is because it's volatile. And so those who have been around and seen this market from the beginning for what it is, well, you know this is normal. This is par for the course. These things always go up, they crash, they stay shitty for like 3 years, and then they pop again. So if you haven't sold, you didn't lose. Unless the cryptocurrency for some reason goes away. I don't know. I don't speculate in enough cryptocurrencies to know what happens if one just completely disappears. But for those of you who this is like the first time they've seen this happen in your life, you got to remember, you only have a handful of opportunities in your life to get shit together. And when you have your wealth get evaporated, you just wasted sometimes a decade of your life to accrue that wealth, just gone. Which is why you want to have it in safe haven. If, for example, if you have precious metals, you don't give a shit what the price of them, what they're valued in fiat. The market crashes, nothing matters because your metals are still sitting exactly where you left them. The exact same physical world value and volume. For me, I'm one of the few people that actually knew about Bitcoin back in 2009. And I didn't get involved because of the people who were promoting it. There's a lot of skeezy, fucking criminal people involved with Bitcoin early on. And they were propping it to, pitching it to like all the YouTubers at the time. It just had a really bad feel. And what I was doing instead is I was buying silver all the way up to $50. And then look what happened, right? You look like a fool. Because then with the advent of cryptocurrency, it did what all the precious metals were going to do. So the people like me who were in financial services and knew what kind of times were coming, well, we'd never seen cryptocurrency before. And we didn't know, for me, I bet against cryptocurrency because I was like, there's no way my countrymen are this fucking stupid and this fucking greedy. And I was wrong. Totally fucking wrong. And every time I have said along the way, there's no way my countrymen are this fucking stupid. There's no way they could plunge further into the depths of degradation, greed, immorality, and unfettered selfishness. Every time I said they couldn't do worse than that, they do exactly that. And sometimes it's less than a year later than when I was like, there's no way. So I no longer, say there's no way that people can do this. Because the average American is capable of any immoral behavior. And when you look at people abroad, they are capable of any exploitation of Americans that can be done because they see how gullible and pappy-minded the American masses are. If you don't brighten up and start protecting your wealth and becoming anti-fragile and producing goods or services, you're not going to have a country. I mean, this place is already on the way out. It's dependent on everybody else for everything that it gets regularly, and it's dependent on taking out debt in order to get it. So you have a system of borrowing from future generations to fucking accommodate for now. It's a terrible way to live your life. So if you're gonna play in the markets, only do it with 10% of your speculative portfolio. The rest should be in things that pay you to own them, and 10% should always be allocated in safe haven assets like gold and silver. Till next time.